Once again, we're in our modifying objects.dwg file, and you can see that I've zoomed to extents again, like we've done previously in previous videos. I'm going to zoom in now on our rectangular table down here with the 4 chairs around it, because I want to show you the fillet and chamfer commands available to you in AutoCAD. Now, these are on the Modify panel in the Home tab on the ribbon, and they're just on this little flyout here. There's fillet and chamfer there. Don't worry about blending curves right now. So we're going to go to fillet first. Now, the fillet command allows you to add a nice fillet radius, a curved corner to objects in AutoCAD. So it's prompting me now to select the first object that I want to apply this curve to. So for example, I've got a 90-degree corner on the table at the moment, which is a bit sharp, and we want to curve that. But before I do that, I need to right click and give it a radius first. So I'm going to go there, radius, and my fillet radius is going to be 250 millimeters because the whole drawing is in millimeters. Press enter to confirm. Now, what I can do here is I can now select that line there, and there's my curved corner with a 250 radius. Now, the command itself has closed, so I've now got to go back to fillet here and then start all over again. Now, the good thing is it remembers the radius, so I can go that line there, that line there. That's great, but I'm having to do these one by one, which is really rather slow and rather tedious. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to undo the last 2 fillets that I created, like so. I'm going to go back to the fillet command, right-click, radius. Make sure that that is 250 again, and enter. Then, before I start doing the corners like I did previously, it's a right-click and multiple. Now I can just work my way around. 1, 2, 3, 4. And as I keep going around, I can just select the lines that form each corner. And I've now got a nice table there. It's a right click and enter, by the way, you'll notice that I did there on the screen, or you can just press enter to finish. Now that looks better. And the good thing is it's still a polyline. I haven't broken it up. I haven't exploded it or made any changes to it, but it's now a nice table with rounded corners. Now let's undo that. Let's undo all the way back. Now the good thing is, because I use the multiple option, it's one undo to undo that. Let's go back to the fillet command again. Right click, radius. We'll set that to 250 once more and press enter. Now, here's the really nice trick. If I right click again on the shortcut menu, there's a polyline option. We know that that rectangle is a polyline. I just select the 2D polyline and it does all 4 corners at once to the 250 radius. One click instead of going all the way around the table. Lovely feature of AutoCAD. That's how you create your fillet radii in your AutoCAD drawings. Now, chamfer is very similar. I'm going to undo the fillet radii that we placed on the corners. I'm going to click on the flyout on the Modify panel and select chamfer. Now, chamfer is slightly different because it uses distances to create beveled corners. So it's a right click, distance, and the first chamfer distance will be 250, enter, and the second chamfer distance, you'll notice it defaults to 250, so I'll press enter again. That'll give me a 45-degree corner. So if I now click on this line here and this line here, there's my corner like so. Again, like the fillet command though, it's closed the command down. I've got to go back up to chamfer. It's remembered the distances, which is great, but I've got to go around and do all of them manually. Let's undo that, like so. 2 clicks, let's undo those chamfers. Go back to the chamfer command, right click, distance. If I put that 250 in and press enter, and then accept the 250 or type in 250, it's up to you, and enter again, and then I do a right click and a multiple, I can go all the way around just clicking on each one like I did with the fillet command. It's the same workflow, as you can see, doesn't change. So if I go around, there we go, enter to finish. So using the multiple, I can do all 4 at once. Let's undo that. As you can see, because I use multiple, undoes them all at once. Go back to chamfer, right click, distance. 250 again, enter. Accept the 250 or type in the 250, enter. If I do a right click and go to polyline, does all 4 corners at once for me again. like so. That's great. Let's undo that for a moment though. There's one more thing with the chamfer command. If I go back to chamfer, right click and go to distance, I'm going to put the 250 in again twice, like that. That's my distance settings. If I right click again though and go to angle, chamfer length on the first line, let's say 500, and we'll give it an angle of 30 degrees. So there's an angle and a distance method in the chamfer command. I'm going to show you both. So if I now right click and go to method and use distance, I can go 1, 2, and that's my 250, 250 to create that nice little corner that we created previously. If I go back to chamfer now, right click and go to method and use the angle method, watch what happens. 1, 2. It's a different one because there's my distance, there's my 30-degree angle just there, like so. So you can have different types of chamfers using the two different methods as well. So remember that when you're using chamfer, because you might want an irregular chamfer with a distance and an angle using the angle method, or you might want regular distances using the distance method. So you can see two different types of chamfers there using the chamfer command. So that covers our fillet and our chamfers in our AutoCAD drawings. Again, more modification tools that allow you to manipulate your objects in your AutoCAD drawings.